Hey, Ann Johnson here, bringing you another bold and classy selling tip so that you can achieve those better results and, of course, the higher profits. Hey, when you think about closing, do you kind of get geared up for a workout? Do you think of closing as something that you've got to get geared up for and that you got to push to close the sale? That it's a real workout. Closing is it's a tough job and you've really got to push. You know, a lot of us women in business, we are faced with a lot of very challenging fear and resistance and doubt when it comes to closing. I think it's because traditionally we think of closing as such a bold action step. And that we really think that in order to be bold and close, that you do have to push. Somewhere along the line, I think we've also begun to believe that closing is not only a way to prove our sales ability, but perhaps our self-worth as well. Push. We need to prove ourselves. Well, that just promotes more fear, more doubt, more resistance. It's a vicious cycle and it adds more pressure. And then you know what happens. As we push, we heap even more pressure on ourselves. And then, here it comes. That mind chatter. You know, the inner thoughts that we have racing through our mind. We start asking ourselves very self-sabotaging questions like, if you can't push and make this sale, what good are you? If you can't push this sale through, how are you ever going to be successful? Whoa! It's exhausting. With that much fear, doubt, pressure, resistance, it becomes an emotional struggle. And guess what? We blow it. With trying to close with that much pressure, we lose sales. Now, I'd like to show you how you can close minus the pressure. Yeah, that's right. It's simple. The bold and classy selling method of closing minus the pressure. Well, you've heard it before. You know, all those questions that I'm always advising you to ask. The ones I talk about in other bold and classy selling tips. Like, what is it that you need? What's your expectation? Why do you need this? Why is this important to you? What will happen if you don't make a buying decision? What alternatives do you have? What value do you see in what I offer? How are you going to feel if you don't make a buying decision? You know, all those questions. Well, instead of working out and pushing to make a sale, push. You can leverage those questions and let the prospect close themselves. That's right. And here's specifically how you do that. First of all, let the client know that you're going to be asking a lot of questions. Set the tone for the conversation. You can simply say, I'd like to ask you a lot of questions, if that's okay with you, so that you can determine if this is a good fit for you or not. Wow, that builds credibility. People answer questions more freely when they understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And by letting them know that they're in control of the decision, it takes a lot of the pressure off. Plus, it lets them know that you have their best interest in mind and that you're not trying to push a one-size-fits-all solution. So that's right. Qualify what you're about to do, that you're going to ask a lot of questions so that they can decide if this is a good fit for them or not. It builds the credibility. And then here's the key. As you're going through all those questions, that we've talked about in lots and lots of bold and classy selling tips. Repeat the answers. That is key. Oh, this workout is making me thirsty. That is key. Whether you repeat the answers to those questions back and say, this is what I'm hearing you say, let me know if I'm correct, or by asking them the question again, just to make sure I'm right. Could you, one more time, tell me and then ask a question? But the point is, having them hear the answers repeatedly is what will allow them to sell themselves. So it's that simple. Explain what you're about to do. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions so that you can determine if this is a good fit or not. It builds that credibility. They'll answer more freely. And then repeat the answers back. So you don't have to push to close. You can sit back, take the pressure off, relax, and allow the prospect to make that buying decision by closing themselves. Hey, amazing. Well, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to push you to join me in the Bold and Classy Women community. It's where we can work out with all the other resources that I bring you to assist you in achieving those better results and, of course, the higher profits. So this is Ann Johnson saying, cheers to being bold and classy selling athletes. You make it a great day.